China. China is an Asian country with great capacity and achievement. Today we're going to be talking about a specific Chinese move to reduce the wastage of food. Stay tuned, don't go away.
So welcome back. In this video we're going to be talking about how China is making moves to reduce food wastage. So China is about to bring a law against food waste with fines for promoting over. Inspired by Xi Jinping, Operation Empty Plate. That's what the move is called. New law means restaurants will be able to charge patrons for leaving leftovers. What do you think? Restaurants will now be able to charge people who patronize them for leaving leftovers. So Xi Jinping's war on waste is set to be enshrined in law with the submission of draft legislation to China's highest legal committee, recommending large fines for business that enable or promote wasting food. In August, the Chinese leader said the amount of food wasted nationally was shocking and distressing. You can imagine. And here in Africa, we are suffering of hunger, declaring in a speech that waste is shameful and thriftiness honorable. Under the campaign Operation Empty Plates, local authorities quickly embarked on programs to reduce waste and encourage food outlets to limit orders to one less dish than the number of dinners in a group. The popular phenomenon of mukbang video, performative eating videos, originated in Korea and often featured excessive binge eating, were also banned. Under the draft, law was submitted to the Standing Committee of the National People's Congress on Tuesday. Food service operators face penalties if they induce or mislead consumers to order excessive meals and cause obvious waste. Offenders will be given a warning by local authorities of up 10,000 yuan or 1,140 euro if they fail to comply. It also would allow restaurants to charge patrons for excessive amount of leftovers. The draft law also stipulated potential fines for a broadcaster, radio, TV, to produce or publish, disseminate the promotion of food waste, including overeating, failing to aid.
A formal warning by government authorities could result in penalties up to 100,000 yuan and the suspension of the business for rectification. A report by the China Academy of Science found that in 2015, residents in big cities including Beijing and Shanghai wasted 17 to 18 million tons of food, and there are a lot of African countries where people are dying of hunger, or enough to feed 30 to 50 million people. You can imagine that is a huge amount of refugees. I'm just telling you, I'm trying to point out something here. A quarter of the food wasted was staple foods like rice and noodles, and about 18% of it meat. The report said China relies heavily on imports for its food security, particularly when natural disasters like flooding affect domestic production and prices. On Chinese social media, some labeled the proposed law overkill and said it was catering to the leadership as a business who would punish its own customers, said one person in Weibo who called the draft idealistic. Instead of this kind of bill, it is better to regulate the standard of the amount of food for food service, requiring food service to provide medium and small portions. Others worried that the law would induce restaurants to provide smaller meals at higher prices, or wondered what it would mean if a patron had a small appetite or just did not like their meal, which is quite valid. I will pay attention to the portion when ordering and one will pack the leftovers, said one person. However, sometimes it is true that the food cannot be swallowed because the food is unpalatable. I hope that the legislative provisions can take this into account. Additional reporting by Penlin, a move from China. You see, there's a reason why I choose this story, and it is no other reason, but because of the fact that I'm in support, and in fact I'm fully in support of this. Not only China is guilty of this kind of thing, the United States as well. There was a report I got that in the US, of course, United States is an agricultural giant. Let me just put it that way. In the US, they waste food. Let me give you an example. If a company is producing
cucumber, for example, they are producing a meal that will involve the use of cucumber, let me put it that way, and the cucumber is just slightly oversized or undersized, they will dispose it, they will throw it away. That is exactly what I'm trying to put out here. You can imagine that. You need to see the way this food will be disposed. You want to cry for yourself, because here in Africa you see people, they are so thin that their ribs are showing. They are, oh my god, they are malnutrition in this part of the world, that's in Africa. And you see some people wasting food. In my own house here, I'm usually pissed off when people waste food. I don't even want to know if the food is sweet or it's not sweet. I don't want to know. However, there's also another part to this which I want to consider, which is, what if the food is not palatable to the extent that you can't even swallow it? Which is quite a valid point. It means we should come up with better ideas to preserve food and better innovations that can help convert this waste into reusable materials that we can then use to feed things like our animals and stuffs. For example, here in Nigeria now, so many people are looking for supplements because maize is now like gold, that they can't use it to feed anymore. So in a case like this, I think foreign bodies or foreign countries like China should take out time to create a scheme that will help reduce food wastage. That's a system that will see that these restaurants, rather than finding them the way China plans to do, these restaurants put together all this waste food and is taken to maybe a recycling plant that can convert this food into other materials that can be fed to livestock like cow and poultry, even snails. Snail eat leftover and other things, but because of how buoyant and developed the country is, all these other animals also have their regular feed, so they don't see that like anything necessary to regulate or give them another kind of supplement. Which is why I'm trying to put this to and bring this to conclusion that I think it's wise the Chinese government creates a very effective recycling system for food in particular, because eating or that large amount of food wasted, 18 tons, it's quite massive. 18 million tons is quite massive. It's not a small food. If you 50 million,
that's a lot. I'm sure that will feed those livestock for a very long time. But I think recently now, it has now become a thing of fashion that when people want to eat, they just take like 2 or 3 spoons and they leave it to waste. It's not like a culture now. You feel classic when you do things like that. I'm telling you, if you're part of those people, it's wrong, and it's the highest form of stupidity, if I'll be frank with you. I'm telling you, if you're part of those people that just like to take like 2-3 spoons just to form or whatever, you must understand that so many people are starving. And besides that, maybe before you start wasting food, you should consider farming, so that you know what it takes to produce the food you are wasting in the first place. I think it's wise we wake up and sit up. I'm not trying to insult anybody here, but I'm just trying to make you understand that this is a very serious matter, and it should not be taken for granted and taken a matter of levity. It is very, very serious. All over the world, especially Western Asian and other part of the world, except from Africa. Even in Africa, to some part of Africa, due to this as well, wastage of food. It is terrible. Let's stop it. Let's look for a way. That is exactly why I love some particular countries that are turning waste food into, not even the waste food, they are even turning your own waste, that's human waste. They are turning it into fuel that can be used to run a bus. I think it's in Japan or so, or one of those countries, and I think it is very, very great. However, there are better ways we can do this, which means if we can preserve those food and rather use it to create more food by feeding into livestock. I think that is more reasonable rather than burning it as fuel, because now electric cars in no time will take its place and all those technology will be outdated. So I think it's wise we create a waste cancelling effective system. It is very, very important. This is what I think is important I bring to you today, and I hope you enjoyed it. Here we keep it frank, ensure that you are giving out information that is helping you learn as well as develop as a good patriotic citizen. That will be all for now. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Yeah guys, that was it for this video. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel and give the video a thumbs up. We put out amazing video every 7 days, so you can consider subscribing to the channel so we can have amazing progress within a short period of time. We'll be more than grateful because we know that you guys enjoyed yourself, and yes, we'll be happy if you can get us to 1,000 subscribers within a short time. Yeah, we are so grateful. See you next time. Bye.